Alrighty, we should be live. Let me know if my voice is good. Let me just pause this here. Say hi to a few people who were here early. Miles, love your videos and was so excited to get one of the Synology NASs, but with the new rise in their weight, they didn't wait until Ryzen had integrated GPUs, so they can't do any transcoding on. Mike A, happy Sunday. Joe, good morning. How's it going? William, good morning. Arden, how's it going? Rich, good morning. Not so sunny. I don't think it's not too sunny out today. I did leave to go to the gym this morning, but yeah. Got Wire, good morning. How's it going? Tim, Frederick, how's it going? Johannes, good morning. How's it going? Good morning. I'll wait till a couple more people are in here and then we'll get into the topics. Ask questions if you want. Jamie, good morning. How is it going? Steve, Gamers New Republic, David, Bonner, Create the Imaginable, Justin, how's it going? Good morning. What the heck, YouTube? Stop that. So YouTube is rolling out monetization for shorts soon for Canadians, and I think maybe a couple other places in the world starting February 1st. So that's kind of exciting. I've just been doing shorts because I like to show people what I've been up to. So that's cool. I do have another Synology NAS that I want to kind of build, like right now how my rack is, that's like all my production stuff. So I want to put another Synology NAS in there. I have a 4-bay, it's a DS418, but I don't know where 2 of the drive bays went. I lost it. So I'm just going to throw it in there with 2 bays at first. I'll put in another UDMSE and that will kind of be my my lab. Jason's Lab, how's it going? Good morning. Matt, I don't know if I said hi to you, but good morning. It's been a week. Been a week since we've done a live stream. This week was very busy. I ended up, what did I do this week? A couple cable jobs, smaller cable jobs, but one of the retirement homes that I look after, that's the big, like that's the big 50, 60 Wi-Fi 6 APs that we have. They needed me to run one more access point and then 4 cables, but the cabling for this place, because the building is so old, actually I think I showed a picture of it. Twitter, I think I showed a picture. This is what the channeling looks like between floors, like, and I said, do you want to like put a pipe in or put a pipe or something in so that we could kind of clean it up? Keep it away from the electrical, and they're like, so this building is getting torn down. They're tearing down the building. It's going to be, or they're gutting it anyway. They're ripping out all the cabling. They're redoing everything. So they're like, no, we don't care. This is all temporary. You know how temporary goes with businesses. They'll probably stay there for years. They're like, just run it with the electrical, and that's how we're going to do it. And I'm like, all right, well, you guys are paying me, so if you want it that way, that's fine. But this room is like a water cooler room. It was very hard to work in. And going between floors, it was just, yeah, it wasn't a fun install, that's for sure. It took me like 4 hours to run those 4 cables. And they were all going to the same place. Kevin, good morning. How's it going? Ryan, wait, there's going to be an ad on... see, that's what I don't know. Like, how can they even put that on there when might only be like a 7-second video? I'm not sure. I do not have my CCNA certification. I used to years ago. Z guy, Steve, good morning. Kevin, Pat, good morning. Cody, not sure if you talked about it, but have you tried out the new firmware on the UDM Pro? I can't talk about it because it's EA, but I have. That's all I could really say about it. Jeremy, good morning. Question on your firewall video. You have a group port 80 port group HTTP. Yep. In one of your other videos, yeah, I haven't put it in lately. I mean, it's up to you what you do put. They do have port 8080 as well, so you probably should have it in there. We'll talk about. I mean, like when I do a network scan, it does show up in port 8080 as well. Learn Blue Iris, how's it going? I did message your wife back. I think she got back to me. I need to look at that email. Because I know people want these symbols switched right here so that they're different colors. But I don't want it even to be my logo. I want it to be something completely different. Yeah, 2.4. Yeah, exactly. 2.4, yep. Did you ever install your UDW at your parents' house? I did not. I was just at my mom's yesterday. It was the first time I went there. Yesterday I wasn't going to install cameras because it's 2 hours from where we live right now. And we had to be back fairly early. I wouldn't have had time to run cables. But I took a look at it. I'm going to have to do some attic work. But I don't know if the UDW, if it's going to go through like a revisioning. And if it goes through a revision, I can't show the one that I have and just wasted $1,000. Michael, good morning. Yes, if you guys want to hit the like button, we got 108 people here, 24 likes. The cats are doing great. I think they're a little bored right now. Chantel's in a meeting, and she's been in a meeting since, what time is it? For the last 2 hours. And I've been working on a Synology video, or finishing up the Synology video. So sometimes I let the cats in when I'm doing videos, but Mocha, I have my laptop beside me because I'm using that for that video. And she constantly lays on it, so I had to kick her out. Favorite fishing stick brand? I don't even know. I don't know what I have. Like, I forget which fish sticks I have. When I'm doing videos too, I always call it fish sticks. I know it's like cable rods or whatever you call it, but people freak out about that. I think I just bought it from this company, NSI Distribution, that's kind of close to where I live. Let's see. I'm just going to try to pull it up on screen. I forget what they have, but it's like the fiberglass rods. The problem with them, sometimes they like chip out a little bit and the slivers get in your hand. That's why you want to buy a good brand. Hold on a sec. Let me sign into Amazon and then log out. Log out. Okay. Amazon.com. Fish sticks. Hopefully it doesn't come up. Okay, so like these things here, I would never buy these. Fish sticks. Fish cable rods. Maybe we'll do that. That might come up with something better. So I used to work for a company. This is going back a long time, probably 10 years. And they would always buy these ones right here. Oh my Lord. These things would snap. So not even snap, but they would start splintering into you would get them in your fingers. So I think Klein has some that are really good. I don't remember what the brand is that I have though. Let's see. Still waiting on my. Willie, I haven't even I powered it on the one day that we were talking, and then I haven't powered it on since then. I think I mentioned to you about the revision. Maybe. I'm pretty sure I sent you a message about that. She is trying to stay warm, yeah. You just call it, yeah, I guess they're glow rods. They could be glow rods. I've always called them fish sticks, and I don't know. It just stuck with me. Carson, how's it going? Because they're sticks, and yeah, and you use them to fish. Milwaukee. I didn't even know Milwaukee made them. I am always looking for new gear. Milwaukee fish sticks. Here we go. Oh, Home Depot has them. These are holy crap. Is this Canada? Oh no. Okay, so it's showing me. That's fine. Holy crap. $269. Okay, they look nice though. Maybe I'll buy them. I love Milwaukee stuff. I'm assuming this is like a light maybe, so you could see it. Yeah, but $269 is a little pricey for what these things do. It's extra fun when they get screwed and lost. Yes. Yep. Tech Tools Supply has a good variety and even one with the camera. Oh, that'd be cool to do. I wonder if you could record that somehow. So that bigger job that's coming up is that 200 cable job I was talking about that I believe I could film. I gotta talk to the guy again. That is coming up. So they just messaged me saying, "Oh, we're putting the drywall up." I'm like, "What? I need to be in there while the studs are still showing. I can go in there when the drywall's up, but I think I'm gonna get there in this week or maybe the beginning of next week, and we'll start filming. I want to get this other tool because I'm gonna be primarily doing this by myself, which is gonna be a pain in the butt. So I probably should order this sooner than later. I've seen, I'm a part of a couple low voltage groups. Oh, crap. Of course, that's on Canada. Give me a sec here. Amazon. How the heck am I signing out? Okay, there we go. It wasn't Milwaukee. Well, it was, so it's the Polling Pal. So this thing helps you out when you're by yourself. So you attach it to the wall or whatever, the ceiling. I don't even know how you do it. But then it's like a polling assistant for you. So when I'm doing the cable work, like if I'm doing it by myself and I'm pulling 10 cables, it's going to get jammed up. So I think I'm going to buy a bunch of these and then I could go around corners and stuff like that. Oh, they have a 6-pack. Oh, that's not bad. Has anybody else used these? Quick question. I have a UDM SE and use Protect on it. Just ordered a Unifi NVR. Question is, will I need to uninstall Protect? Yes, you should. I think you could migrate over. Oh, you will lose your video if you're going from an SE to the UNVR. I go to have a UDR and but I've reached the limit of cameras. Can I hook up to a cloud key? So they run on different controllers. You could get a cloud key though and then run Protect on it. Andrew, how's it going? Good morning. Switch Enterprise 24 PoE has been out of stock since June or July 2022. I think they're in stock in Canada. I was looking at switches because I need to buy a bunch of switches for a couple upcoming jobs. I thought that was a bit, yeah, it's here. Oh, that's the XG. This is the one I want in my house. I don't have this one yet. Maybe it is out of stock. Yeah, it is. Weird. Yeah, it's right here. Out of stock. I have that one. Look at resellers or like Streakwave, I think is a big one in the United States. I use TDL Canada and they seem to have quite a bit of stock. Josh, good morning. How's it going? I went to Media Dynamics to do all my training. They called it Fish Sticks too. Okay, cool. So I'm not alone there. Hey Mac, big fan from the Netherlands here. Planning a new patch rack based on your video and inputs. Thanks for all the work. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I have the Milwaukee ones. They are the best, but I didn't pay the price. Maybe I'll go to. I want to spend some money, so I think I'm gonna go out. So you know what I hate by Milwaukee, and I'm gonna throw it. Well, I'm not gonna throw it out. Maybe I'll give it away. I hate this. Hate it. I should never have bought it. Oh, let's see. Can I just try not to show too much here? Where the hell is it? Those aren't the ones. Oh, what the heck? They don't even have it on their main website. It's this bag here. I hate it. So I have this. This is like my tool bag for all my hand tools, and you know, I'll put testers in, I'll put some Velcro in the middle. It's terrible. It's one of the worst bags that I've used. Mine doesn't, I mean, I have other stuff like than just tools, like hand tools. So I'll have like butt sets. I might have a little tester, just a wire map tester. It just doesn't work for me. They do have a tape thing. I don't even think they have a place where you could put a measuring tape on. So I bought this because it could work out with the pack out and I could click it into the top when I'm carrying the tools. I had, before this tool bag, I had like a $25 tool bag from Walmart and it worked better. I think anyway. It's glow in the dark, so you could use them in roof cavities. Nice. Yeah, I have glow in the dark rods. I just forget the name of them. Or you punch them through the ceiling. You are trying to find them in the crawl space. There's a light. Oh, that's cool. For sites that you don't want to have to keep remembering to sign out, I could use incognito mode. The problem with Amazon, it shows like your area code. And I've been trying to get a little bit better with, because some people are different on the internet. So I've been trying to get a little bit better with hiding, you know, private stuff like my address. When I first started YouTube, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if people see where I live. And then as I kind of realized, you know what, maybe I don't want people knowing where I live. Like my business, I'm looking it up right now. It shows the city that I live, and that's whatever. But if you looked up Mac Telecom networks, it will say on Google, which I've been trying to get removed, it will say 48 Penton Drive, Barrie, Ontario. And this is where I used to live, and my mom used to live there. There's nobody, none of my family live in that house. So I'm trying to get that taken down because I would hate for, you know, something to happen. Let's see. DNA Gecko, good morning. Oopsies. Again, check out Tool. Is that a Canadian place though? Tech Tool Supply. I will check them out though. There's a migration step on the Unifi forum. It's pretty easy to make sure you set the takeover password on the cameras. Yep. The thing with cameras now, you could, if you're logged in onto the same network, you could do, even if it's showing that it's managed by another console, you could I forget what the wording they use, but you could reassign it to the console just by the app. I need that enterprise switch. Right now, my Synology NAS is only connected at, I have 2 1 gig connections going to it. I do have a 10 gig port on the back of it. I just ordered, I had to use my 10 gig SFP for something else. So I just ordered another 10 gig SFP RJ45 module. But that XG switch is better because it has all 10 gig RJ45. I don't know if it does PoE though. That's the only thing. Marius, how's it going? From France. Love your video. Awesome. I don't look at my old videos. I'm kind of scared to look at those. The roll-up style are called fish tape. Yes, the fish tape. Yep. That's why they call it fish sticks. Well, I did a couple videos. I think it was of tools I used, and people were going crazy over that I used it. Called it fish sticks. They do have fish rods as well. Fish rods, fish cable rods. Yes, I could go incognito mode. That is a good idea. Oh, this is Home Depot. So it's like a telescopic rod and it just kind of like collapses into each other. I don't see it. Let's see. We call them fish sticks in the UK as well. We have fish tape. Yep, we use fish tape. Which camera would you go with home? Any new models in Unifi in the pipeline? If you want the license plate reading, you have to do AI bullet. That's what's out in general public right now. I typically use the G4 bullets. I love them. You hate them. I don't know why you hate Ubiquiti. I just don't think you play around with it enough. I don't know. But everybody, I mean, like what you like and like what you don't, or hate what you don't like. It doesn't, you know. Yeah. Ingenious. I'm hoping I get that firewall. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to send it to me. I've been telling Jason to do Ubiquiti videos, but he's like, I do Ubiquiti. You know, there's going to be crossover. It doesn't matter which. Everybody does. Like if I do a TP-Link video, maybe then Willie will do a like there's crossover because we get stuff sent to us and it's all kind of, it's a little niche YouTube channel. So everybody's kind of the same that way. And that's fine. I mean, it's a different perspective from everybody and that's great. Let me go back here. I have a house out in Thunder Bay. I've never been to Thunder Bay. It has a 27U rack. That's awesome. I want to set up a full network and full networking camera system and would love advice on what to buy. So I do charge consulting rates for stuff like that, but if you do, I mean, G4 Bullet, NVR, whatever, it depends on how many cameras you want. Have you deployed Amada? I deployed Amada in my house. I have a client who has Amada in their house, but I didn't deploy it for them. I don't put it in businesses, not as of right now. The internet is a strange place full of strange people. Yes, I agree. I will be running all network connections all over the place to a garage. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I want to build a house so that I could, you know, film me running cables throughout my house. I trust Ubiquiti. Some people might not, but I have my remote access on. One thing that a lot of people, and you'll see it in the forums or the community post, Ubiquiti really should allow us to turn remote access off and then be able to VPN in. We'll see. Used to live on Livingston. I lived in Barrie like 13 different places. I lived off of what the heck was that? Getty's? I used to live off of Livingston. I forget what it's called though. G5, I can't really talk about. Now shows the blue LED ring. Original pictures didn't have it. Okay. I'm hoping they send me one of those because I haven't been using my freight forwarder. My servers are connected to 10 via UI link aggregation. Oh, nice. Ubiquiti sucks. Well, that's overpriced. I don't know if, oh, well, okay, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I love Ubiquiti. I mean, like what you like. You know, the majority of my channel is Ubiquiti. It's like 98% Ubiquiti. So if you don't like Ubiquiti, this may not be the channel for you. We use a mixture of Ubiquiti and Cisco. Works great for small businesses and home. I still have the Cisco small business switches and APs. Tom just released a video yesterday about their cloud controller. I was doing more of the local management stuff. I don't think I'm going to mess around with that cloud controller. It looks terrible. Yeah, I probably should grab a LTT screwdriver. I'm always just... People also complain about that in my install videos, where I'm using a manual screwdriver. It's good for the forearms. Jarl, good morning. How are you doing? I like the videos you make. Thank you. What do you think of the PTZ UI cam, and will they make the software so it could auto track? I hope they do. I guess overpriced right now, you know, that may be a true statement because it doesn't do a whole lot. You can't do patrolling. It doesn't do like tracking and stuff like that. The video I just released installing those like 1920 cameras, whatever, we were originally going to put a PTZ camera at the door. That's what the client wanted. But I told them it doesn't have tracking. The picture's great. The 4K picture is amazing. But without that tracking, I mean, it's just a stationary camera. You can't, unless you're going to sit there and click on it to move it all day long. Question, I have to restart my phone every other day to get push notifications from Unifi Protect. I'm not too sure. I've never had that issue, and I'm not on Android, so you might want to check out on the forums there. James, how's it going? From Minnesota. I had to disable direct remote access from my internal remote proxy. LTT screwdriver might be overpriced. I don't know. I haven't actually looked at it. I saw who did a video on it. Jeff Gerling. William, thank you for the 20. That's $26.83 Canadian. That's going to buy me like, I don't know, a lot of coffee. A lot of coffee. Thank you very much. And if you guys want to hit that like button, that'd be great. Prosumer products cheaper than Cisco. The Cisco small business stuff is just not that great. I ran cables to every room in my house. It's a ranch style, so everything went through the basement. This was before Wi-Fi went mainstream. Only have a few key things that are hardwires these days. Yeah, I remember when my grandpa, he did like, in Canada, it's Bell. It's a big ISP. I don't know if they're in the States. He used to work for them, but then he retired and then started his own business doing like cabling and stuff like that. He, like houses they did, you would have a cable, network cable in every room and a telephone, like a Cat 3. Nowadays, people don't, they think that just Wi-Fi is, you know, all wireless. You don't have to run a wire to the access points, and they don't ever put cabling in the houses, and it's brutal. Because then they have somebody like me, I don't do residential, but if I were to go in, there's no cable there. I'm not cutting drywall, and you're going to get charged like $500 for one cable. Hey, I'm trying to port forward on my Xbox Series X. I tried following your video from a couple years back, and I'm not following along. Yeah, I don't really support that anymore. I probably should take that video down. That was one of my first videos. I was just starting YouTube, and I'm like, oh, and at that time I was trying to do Xbox port forwarding to get OpenNAT. I don't really recommend port forwarding to your Xbox anyway. I might actually take that down today. Do you know if you could still use the HDD slot in the No, you can't use it as a NAS. It's the best one out there. Well, I'll give it a try. I don't mind spending money on good tools. Am I not even caught up? Holy crap. Cisco is quality. You're not going to be installing Cisco though. Like you're not going to be installing Nexus switches or, you know, I don't even know what they have these days in small businesses, small to mid-size. Maybe Cisco Meraki, but then you're paying out the, you know, paying out the ear for that. Is the SSD in the UDMSE used for anything? I'm running a lot of apps. So I believe if you don't have a hard drive in it, you could like do kind of like how the UDR does for Protect. It will take, I think it's like motion clips and maybe thumbnails, screens, whatever. And it saves your voicemails. This screwdriver looks very much like the LTT. So the problem with links won't work in the YouTube chat, unfortunately. LTT is not a contractor tool. Well, when you're working on a rack though, I mean, why not? Or you just get a little handheld drill maybe. I'm on Android and have never had an issue with Protect. I have all my notifications turned off besides my doorbell. Cisco licensing is overpriced for not the actual hardware. Cisco is the gold standard. I used to work with a lot of Cisco in data center days, but those days are over and I don't miss it. Switch to pfSense. Looking forward to more firewall videos. So that's what somebody else, I forget who messaged on it. I won't bring up their name, but they're like, you've done 25 Unifi videos in the last 3 months or whatever. And you know, that's what I like to do. And that's what the channel is primarily, is Ubiquity. But I'm going to start throwing some other things in there. Like tomorrow will be a Synology active backup for business video. I'll end up doing more Synology videos. We'll do pfSense, more pfSense videos and things like that. I just don't get overly excited for like new pfSense releases. It's not as, I don't know, Ubiquity, the way they do their releases, their new products, like pfSense, they release a new firewall. It looks kind of like their old firewall. And then the updates aren't, I don't know. It's just not as fun as Ubiquity. But yes, more videos from different vendors will be on or coming out. Same with all the regular Ubiquity stuff. Look up this screwdriver, the Mastercraft ratcheting screwdriver 7-piece. Oh, Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire. Actually, I don't have a Canadian Tire right by me. Oops. God, these locations. Let's see. I think I have that. I have that. I always just forget it though. I forget it because not all the time. I don't bring all my Milwaukee pack out all the time. More Cisco videos coming soon. I don't know. Like Cisco small business that they sent me, I'll be doing. James, you as well. Take care. Is there a way to pass a public IP through the UDM Pro when using a pfSense box as a firewall? I don't know. Like you probably shouldn't be using two firewalls anyway. Either use the UDM Pro or use the pfSense. I've been looking for a G4 Dome to try and see if I like it and can't find any stock. Who has any? I have some, but I'm going to be there for stock for a couple upcoming jobs. Coffee is delicious. It's getting a little cold though. Yeah, I looked it up. I have that ratcheting set. Yep, it works well. Let's see. I'm doing more and more OpenSense videos, Ingenious stuff. The Ingenious, I saw Willie's live stream. I don't know if I watched it live. I might have, I forget. Anyway, I watched it and I saw that he was showing off a bit of the firewall. Looks cool. The VPN, thing looks awesome as well. What is your main way of communicating with clients? I'm on calls a lot of the day, so I prefer people to email me. Texting, the problem with texting, people will just text me all through the night. And like after hours, I'm not going to, unless it's an emergency, people need me and their network's down, something like that, I'm probably not going to answer. Yeah, I knew it was your firewall. Yeah. Excuse me. Do you ever think there will be a high availability option for the Unifi gateways? Yes. Which I don't understand why they did it this way. Probably just trying to sell another piece of hardware. Oops, not protect. Smart power. So with this, they're going to have the, you're going to have the ability to do virtual router redundancy. It says support coming soon, requires multiple Unifi gateways. That's what this PDU Pro is supposed to do. My issues with this, so you have 2 WAN ports, which are both 1 gig. So you can't go over 1 gig speed, which kind of sucks because people, like right now, even the connection I'm on right now is a 3 gig by 3 gig. So that's going to limit me. And why would they do this? I'm hoping they come out with a new design. They have 1 power supply. If this is what is keeping your network up, who cares if you have 2 UDMSEs? If this thing blows, you only have 1 power supply. So they really should have added, even if it was their RPS module on the back of it, that's what they should have done. I don't know who thought about this design, but yeah, they need to redesign it for sure. Question, I've worked in IT for years now and have never wanted to start doing small network security installs for residential. Do you have an electric license? No, I do not. We don't need it here. I'm in Ontario, Canada, so we don't need that here. Curious to how I got started. So I started in cabling when I was like 15, maybe 15 years old. I didn't go back to school for computer networking until I was 25. While I did school, I got hired within an enterprise bank in Canada. I didn't finish school. I only got 1 year, so I had no degree or whatever you call it, or diploma. I got my CCNA. I started my CCNP. What else? And then I started Mac Telecom Networks. I started the YouTube channel, and I always wanted to do my own business. And once I started my YouTube channel, I saw that people were requesting work. And I got laid off from the bank, but I was going to leave anyway because I was too busy with Mac Telecom Networks. So it worked out. They laid me off. I got like a package to leave, and it was great. That's how I got started. For the license thing, you need to check on your state laws. Alonzo, good morning. How's it going? Any idea how to get a VPN to work from a UDM Pro with a Windows computer? Works perfect from my iPhone, but my laptop will not connect. You should be able to do it. Just you need to make sure. I'll send you a message. I'll DM you with a screenshot of things that you need to, or DM you on Instagram and show you what you need checked off. Hello, I'm a fan of yours from Mexico. I currently run a WIS and looking to upgrade. Can you give me an idea of Edge Router 12 over UDMP? You might want to go with, they do have their new line of UISP. I don't do a lot of wireless ISP stuff. You may actually want to reach out to Willie Howe for something like that. What alternative do you use for live since Protect View has been out of stock? Protect has been in stock every day this week. In the US, anyway, not in Canada. US and the EU, but you could use Google Chromecast, you could use Apple TVs, or Chris. Yeah, Chris does WIS stuff as well. Apple TVs, they just don't, the viewport, if you want the best picture for your cameras, you're using a viewport. This thing, whoops, where the heck is it? Yeah, I saw it come in stock this morning, like at 7 a.m. It is the best product to view your cameras. Now, I really hope that they allow us to use the display cast eventually to do it, but we'll see. Where the heck was I? Or you could use a Pi. The Pi would probably be a little bit harder to set up though. Does Ubiquiti have any plan for cloud-based hosting for their VoIP phone? I'm not too sure. They did come out with a EA update the other day for like last week or the week before for talk. That's very interesting. You just need an internet connection pretty much. But you need to have like a main office. It's main office that's hosting talk. Totally agree with you with the PDU on the Smart Power Pro. Also, isn't the Ethernet 1 gigabit? Yes, so you are limited, which kind of sucks. Sean, thank you very much. The mission critical switch is like a, let's see, I have one in my rack. I bought it. I don't know why I bought it. It's $1,000 US on it. So this switch, what I would use this for is for like Unifi access, because it has your PoE++ ports, and then this one is just your uplink, obviously, but it has a battery inside of it. So if your, whatever goes down, at least you could still use your doors. And then on the back, you could plug here, you could plug your UDM Pro or UDM SE into there and another device. And eventually you'll be able to add like battery backs or banks, which they show here, but they've never even mentioned anything. So they got the USP dash battery. I haven't seen anything on it, but it's a good switch. It's expensive. I'd almost rather spend $1,000 on a UPS, like a good UPS. Edge Router 12 is great for WISP. Okay. You would stay away. See, I did videos on UISP switch, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really do any of this. It's kind of a cool concept. I do some smaller like point-to-point jobs, but it's really connecting like a house to their shed and things like that. It's not me actually being a wireless ISP. UI just updated the Apple TV app. Hope that makes multi-view. Yeah, I saw that actually. We need a Lego update. So Lego I haven't built in a little bit. I got this guy right behind me. Oh, you probably can't see that. That is the... Oh god, what is that? That's the Horizon Zero Dawn thingy. I forget. I have to end up moving... Like, I usually have my Simpsons Quickie Mart up there, but my cats walk all over it, so I gotta move it. And then you see all my Lego up there. I do need to buy some more Lego. What I am planning on doing... These signs, like that Harley Quinn and Batman, you would buy 3 of them and put them together to make like a massive Batman. So I think I'm going to do that soon. Everybody say hello to Chantel. She just got in here. Queen Bee is Chantel. Kim, how's it going? Hi, Cody. Thank you for your content from Germany. Do you know if it is possible to restrict VPN access in unified network to a single VLAN? Given VPN access to supplier, yes, you have to create firewall rules. I think I have a video on that as well. So, okay, on-site jobs. The building that I just did the video on, where did I post that? Twitter. I'm going to be doing more work for this company. So I just quoted out another place. They have about 14 cameras, I think, for that one. That's a rip and replace as well. The old installer, they did a decent job, but they were using like 1U or 2U little rack thingies. So we're going to rip it down, and I'm going to put up an 8U rack. We're going to do the same thing, UDM-SE, UNVR, and then 13, 14 cameras, whatever. And then another building they own, they have this.
Another customer site today.
Whoops, let me mute that. So this is one of the floors. It's like the 7th floor or something like that. This whole building whole floor is getting ripped out, and they're making it into like a co-working space, but they don't want that many cables. They want to do it wireless for pretty well everything besides a couple drops. So I was just saying, like, what would you do to clean this up? We're most likely just going to chop it out, the majority of it. I'll see if I could use a few of the drops for the Wi-Fi instead of running new ones. So from the 7th floor, I got to run a cable from the 7th floor down to the 3rd floor. That's where their main network is. So that's going to be interesting. But this, I want to gut it. Completely gut it and then recable. Well, we'll see about that. It would be awesome if Ubiquiti created a NAS app. Yes, it would be really cool if they did a NAS of some sort, I think. Kinga? I don't get what you mean, Tim. How do you go about mounting the racks by yourself? Oh, yeah, so that kind of it's a lot harder when you're by yourself, but those 8U racks that I use, they're pretty light. So what I do at the beginning, I just put a screw in the wall, and then I hang one of the sides, and then I'll lift it. I'll put in the screw with the washers and whatnot in it, and then that way it's hanging on the wall. I don't need to hold it anymore, and then I'll put the other screws in. It's pretty easy, actually. Oh, Queen Bee. Oh, I gotcha. That makes sense. Yes, that does. Maybe I'll show that in the next video that I do. Hammond Racks actually sent me a rack that I'll be using at this other job that we're doing. I've been waiting for this job to take off. I think they sent the rack to me maybe a year ago. But yeah, sometimes I do use Hammond Rack. They do have these rack basics that I really like. Do you do IT managed services? So I've been kind of juggling with that and trying to figure out if I want to do it. So I have a client that I've been working with for, I don't know, a year and a half, probably something like that. I look after their network right now. And they want me to look after their PCs. But being an MSP is a lot of work. So what they would want from me is just to do the managed antivirus. Oh God, what else? Managed antivirus, managed updates, like Windows updates and stuff like that, as well as like make sure that their Synology backups and stuff are working. So something like that I'd probably take on as a service, but I don't want to deal with people's like end user problems all the time, like printer issues. Printer issues are just like one-off things not working. I don't have time to do that. So for them, I will probably do it. And I've been looking at a couple tools. I tried out Ninja One, didn't really like it. I did try out Enable a while ago. It was pretty good, but I don't think I'm going to just use a Terra. It's very basic, and for what I will need for this customer anyway, it seems like it will do a decent job. It's unlimited endpoints for like $200 a month or something like that. Unlimited endpoints with, I mean, that's one technician. If you add more technicians, it's more money. I've been working on getting a Portainer container set up in Proxmox this morning. I kind of want to set up Proxmox. I've just been using Synology VM station. Victor, good morning. Or I don't know if you're saying good morning to me or Chantel, but good morning either way. You have a U6 Enterprise. Does the unified dashboard show the Wi-Fi 6 on the graphs? I have mine turned off right now. I don't think it shows it. I can't bring up my controller though, unfortunately. The intercom feature in the works with video. Can I use an intercom system inside my house? You probably could. I haven't done a whole lot with Talk just because it's not released in Canada yet. Mark, thank you very much for the 20. I appreciate it. Disk 3/7 on my UMVR started going back. Protect stop won't restart. New drive rebuild failed. Oh Lord. Other than backup of Protect, anything else I should consider before wiping the disks? I would back up. Yeah, not really. I mean, back up and hope for the best. The disk should rebuild. I've had a client where 2 of the disks failed too, and we popped them in and it just rebuilt itself. So I'd like to give you more advice than that. But yeah, I do a backup, put the new disk in and then recover. If for some reason your drives aren't recovering, do a whole reset on the UNVR. At least you have the backup with the keys or your passwords to the cameras that you don't need to manually do that. The specs on the UDM Pro and the UDM SE are pretty much the same. Do you know why UI is having issues? So the UDM Pro came out at OS version 1.0, which is completely different than what the OS is running for the SE. The SE was released at 2. something. That's the issue there. Terra is great. I really like the dashboard. I find it super easy. So I've been trying to figure out who I want to use as like an antivirus, EDR, blah, blah, blah. So I've been looking at Bitdefender, Gravity Zone. I've been looking at Sentinel-1. I used Sentinel-1 a while back, and then I've been looking at Huntress. So I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. The thing with Bitdefender, it's kind of built into Terra, so we'll see. Let's see. Support has been terrible. They advise waiting days for it. It does take a while to rebuild, though. It will actually tell you how long it's going to rebuild within the settings. What do I think of the Gigabeam? Gigabeam. Did I do a video on the Gigabeam? I think I did. I think it works. I don't install too much of this stuff. If I'm installing, a lot of people like to see it within the Unifi dashboard. So a lot of them are just going with the Unifi building to building bridge. This is primarily the building bridge, but cheaper, and it runs I mean, it's just more difficult to manage. You're not managing it in the one dashboard. Printers are the worst, HP and some brother printers. Yeah, so if I do take on anybody as like a managed service, it's not going to be, they need to have some experience to fix those type of issues. You do managed services in Toronto and Etobicoke. Mark, maybe send me an email like if you're still having issues, and I'll see what I could do. Support kept claiming the drives held the settings, but I was almost certain that Protect had a local storage. They have like a little USB inside of them. I think that just holds the OS though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really on the fence if I want to start offering managed services. Adam, yo, just found your channel. Great content. Love how you show terminations to the patch panel and everything. I think in the next kind of videos, I'll take more time explaining what I'm doing. The thing is, once you see one termination, I mean, the other 200 of them are the exact same. With how many networks you've installed, how often do you get support requests? Not just stuff breaking, but your client vendors need. I'm busy pretty much all the time. Well, you probably didn't see my LinkedIn. I think I put it on Twitter as well. I did a video, actually Lawrence Systems did a video first about like what he made off of YouTube for the year. So I put that on my LinkedIn and on my Twitter. And last year I got about 630 intake requests just from YouTube. And I think I converted that into like 570 clients. But I get emails all day, every day for changes and more work, and not just break fix stuff. It's for like, setting up networks or creating VLANs or whatever. I've watched, I forget who does Unraid. I've watched a couple people on YouTube with Unraid. It looks all right. I just prefer Synology. It's easy. Did I build my website? Yes. Well, I didn't do it. So it's a Wix website, and I originally had a website that I did myself and it looked terrible. So somebody in Discord actually, what is there now is what they created. I do need to update it though. I mean, it's okay. It's not what Tech did is great, but I think I need to update it. I need to put some, I don't even know what I want to do with it. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not like a graphic design is not my strong suit. And this, at least people could just like go and click on hire us and then, fill out the form, and then I'll get back to them. And they could see our rate here, $200 an hour Canadian. That's for like consulting rate, like cabling jobs, that's going to be quoted. But yeah, I think it works okay. It does the job. MS patches at times break thing. I did hear that. Yes, I will be talking about Synology. We've been going for, how long have we been going for? 48 minutes. We'll talk about Synology. It's just more people are here than they usually are, so that's great. We've had that USB in the Unifi Protect fail. It's good to replace it with USB SSD. So what happened with that? That was in the early stages of their UNVRs. And they started offering longer warranty periods for those affected devices. So if your UNVR does do that, and even if you open it and replace it, they will still RMA it for you. Join late was fighting a MikroTik router set up to install a Hikvision doorbell system. Oh wow, that couldn't route through. MikroTik I've done like one video on, and I probably won't do more of it. It's just way, I don't know about the interface, but I guess if you know it, it's probably really easy for you. Do you know if there will be a new 2023 version of the UDMSC? I don't know. Hello, do you accept remote setup and consultations? Yes, absolutely. That 95% of my business is remote consultations. Like I would say probably like 80 to 90% of the people that I do work with are in the United States, and I'm in Canada. On the MSP front, there's a vendor on the law firm side of things that has a standard package for small firms. You must do a rip and replace, use their standard setup, and upgrade. Interesting. The one thing that I'd be worried about is like ransomware and stuff like that. So I'd have to cover myself in contracts. So that's why I'm almost, I don't know. We'll see. I think it would be very stressful. Yeah. Where would be the best place to start if you're trying to do away from commercial routers and gaming routers? Probably like it depends on how much money you want to spend. Like if you're talking about Ubiquiti, you get their UDR, which is sold out, $199. If you have a 1 gigabit connection, you're going to want to go with like a UDM Pro or a UDM SE. If you don't want to go with the Ubiquiti, you could go with a Netgate SG 1100. They're fairly reasonably priced, and that's PF cents on there. Where the heck am I? Standardizing everything would be way easier. Like if I was going to say I did a bunch of doctor's offices, I would standardize it probably with all Ubiquiti gear, and it would be the same for everybody. I'm not too sure about that because I haven't tried the G5 yet, so I couldn't even give you an opinion if I wanted. I hope you're charging for it. I do a lot of network only installs for bars and charge $150 a month to update. It depends on the client. Like a lot of the times we will, if it takes like a long time. How would you recommend someone learn about configuring firewalls VLANs? I know the basics, but not the details, just enough to be dangerous. That's a hard one. YouTube only goes so far, and every vendor is going to be a little different. But once you know a firewall, then you could kind of, if you could kind of configure anything. It's just different interfaces. Probably reading. Reading is a great way to get it, in your head. What works for me? I get like a UDM Pro, UDM SE, PF Sense, whatever, and then I build it, and then I break it, and then I rebuild it. Figure out what broke. That's what works for me. But if you don't know like this very basics, you'd probably want to start with the book like Network Plus, and then move on to maybe CCNA. Yes, hit the like button. That'd be great. I definitely need to update, create a proper site. My site was outdated after a week and I hacked it together. Probably will check on Wix. Yeah, Wix is all right. I think they have some templates. I'm just not very, I can't design stuff at all. I just moved into our first house and I'm preparing the network by pulling cable and setting up sockets in each room. Got myself a 6U. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Have fun doing that. That will be a good time. It might be a bit of a struggle, but... Bally, good morning from France. I love my 8-bay Synology NAS. Yes, so do I. So with Synology, I'll catch up on the comments, once we're done with this, but I'm not going to talk about it too long, but Synology is like active backup for business, which will be the video that I'm doing, is great. And they just introduced the Mac client. I think it was a week or two ago. So now you can back up your Macs. I think you can back up some Linux. You do your physical devices, file servers, virtual machines. And along with that, then you could go to, oh God, what is it called? Hybrid backup? Hybrid backup? Hybrid backup, Synology. I forget what they call it. Oh, hyper backup. So with hyper backup, you could push to their C2 cloud if you want, or you could move it to another NAS. So I'll probably do a video on that eventually. First video for Synology, I do have a couple, but first in a while, will be active backup for business. So in the video, what we're doing, it will be like the full install. We'll download the package. We'll, get it set up. We'll get the client running on this PC, get the client running on my laptop. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to once the computers are backed up, I'm going to completely wipe my laptop. I'm going to reset it. And then I'll show you how the backup from like nothing works. It's so simple to do. Synology does a great job with that. Another video I'll probably end up doing is how to back up your workspace, Google Workspace. Would love to see some content around how to set up home networks with decent. So I pretty much just use Ubiquiti for that, and I do have full videos for it. MicroTik will teach you a lot about VLANs and networks. It's not easy. Yes, it is not easy. I have a bunch of MicroTik routers. I have a UDM Pro installed at the doctor's office. Is it good enough? Yeah, it's fine, yeah. Oh, is it good enough or should I add a firewall? No, do not add a firewall before it. Either use the UDM Pro or use the other firewall. It all depends on the needs of the people. Like if I had a doctor's office that needed, multi-factor authentication on their VPNs, the only way right now to do it with Ubiquiti is through UID. So if I needed that, I'd have to go with another vendor that provides that. Yeah, we could look into Wireshark and look in MDNS. Yeah, for sure. What's the best and cheapest device for dual WAN? Well, if you want load balancing, right now you have to go with the UDM-SE, or if you don't care, if you just want failover, you go with the UDM Pro. It is? Oh, I didn't know it was a very, very high failure rate. Oh, good to know. So don't go with the SG 1100. What do you recommend? 2100, 4100? I have a 6100 here. Where the heck are we? Let's see. Which device I need? Yeah, so you'd probably want, let me see. Oh, okay. You would probably want like a UDM-SE. Who is talking now? I don't know. Is there something going on? Somebody else talking that I can't hear? Dumb question, but why do I need a firewall? Why do you need a firewall if you're connected to your Bell ISP? Because Bell doesn't provide firewall. They just kind of let anything pass. MikroTik is horrendous. Hikvision needs IPs to work. The router will reserve. So I don't use HIC at all here. I don't even really consult on it anymore. What kind of cable do you use for your job? That is a good question. And I'll kind of tell you why here. So cabling prices, I just got, somebody asked me to run Cat 6A. And so I got a couple quotes. It was like $740 for a box of cable. I don't know how much this vertical cable is. Anyway, they're not going with Cat 6A. They're going with Cat 6. But prices of Cat 6 has gone up quite a bit. Vertical cable, Cat 6. Is this it here? In stock. Oh, it doesn't show me the price. Let me log in. Let me log in here. Oop. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's not FT6 though. So for a box of riser cable, which is like, in a non-plenum ceiling, $202. For a plenum ceiling, you're probably looking at like $380. So what I've been thinking about is going with, it's hard to beat Ubiquiti prices. I've never installed like a full Ubiquiti cabling, setup, but let's see, this right here, $387. So it's pretty comparable, and they deliver it right to my door, and it's free shipping. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of searching around right now for cabling. I used to use vertical cable. It's just prices are going nuts right now. When would you recommend using a aggregation switch? Having 2+ switches? Yes. Benefits of having it all just connected all over. So yeah, if you have more than 2 switches, put an ag switch in there and then connect all your other switches to it. In my network, I can supply internet to the MikroTik in one VLAN and restrict the speed. The VLAN only on the clients. Yes. Yeah, I would like to get a rack. I gotta sit back. I'd like to get a rack version of the Synology, but I just have the other ones right now. I have the 1621 XS Plus. Synology's Active Directory tool is really nice for small orgs that don't need a full domain. I haven't actually worked on that. I probably should take a look. Yeah, I love Synology. It's so good. No need for a VPN. Okay, cool. Just curious, rarely do I need more than 48 port switch, so I've never come across it, but I've got a bigger project coming up now in March where I need 2 pro. Yeah, so they have a couple pros. I don't know where you would get them. I think they're sold out right now. You sold hundreds of the 21. Okay. I haven't used the 2100. Internet bonding. What would be internet bonding? Like Mushroom Networks, or there's a couple ones that you could bond together. Yeah, the Twitch streams. I haven't done a Twitch stream in a while. And the next game I'm playing, which is very controversial for some reasons, and I'm not going into politics about it. I just want to play it for the game, is Hogwarts Legacy. So it's the Harry Potter game. But I don't know if I'm going to stream it because of, issues. But I'm going to be playing it for sure. I'll probably get it back into Twitch streaming eventually. I always take like a big hiatus, and it's been what, like a month or two? Probably a month or two that I haven't been there. FS cable. I've never used FS cable. Hugh, how's it going? Morning. Windy City Wire. I think that's more of a US thing. I've heard of it. So general cable, that is what I got priced at, like $450 a box of Cat 6. And then $7 something for Cat 6A. Linhaus store in Vancouver sells nice cable. What cloud backup do you do with Synology? So I've been using C2. You could do like Backblaze. You could do a bunch of different ones. I've just been trying out the C2 because I'm trying to offer my customers a easy solution. Not that I wouldn't be setting it up anyway, but if they want to manage some stuff themselves, C2 is built right in. Was it worth getting the 3 gigabit Bell ISP package? For me, it was, because I was paying for a business line before and only getting like doing 1 gig. But when I switched over, now I'm on the residential side of things, it was cheaper. It was like $80 cheaper a month, and I got 2 gig. What else we were going to talk about? On-site jobs. So yeah, I got that 200 cable job coming up. We got cameras there. We got access points, full network. I forget if I'm doing the phones. I don't remember. Maybe. Quoted on another cable job about 50, 60 cables. Wednesday, I'm going to run a couple more cables at the retirement home that I look after. And then we have another camera job, which I'll be able to film, and that 7th floor job that I'll be able to film as well. I'm only going to stay on here probably another 10, 15 minutes, so ask your questions. We've been going for an hour, and I am currently boiling from these from these lights. I'm hoping that more Ubiquiti stuff gets announced this week, especially like some of their updates, or maybe not updates. More hardware, because I got a lot of hardware sitting in the basement that I need to get reviews out for, but it's still in early access. Have you heard anything about Unifi Enterprise? What features are rumored for that? Like a UDM Enterprise type thing? People mention it all the time. I don't think there's any rumors. It's, who knows if it's coming. It would be kind of cool if they did like an Enterprise UDM. But people will just go nuts over that if they release something and then the UDM Pro is not even at 3.0 yet. These things kind of look cool too. For wireless ISPs. Oh, door access. That's what we could talk about. One sec. Oh, wait. No, that's not it. Damn it. So I had 2 Reader Pros that the screen tear, or there was screen tearing going on. That was on their earlier stages, or when they first released the Reader Pros. So I RMA'd them, and it came within like 2 days, day and a half. But they're shipping them in these boxes now, which are a lot bigger. Before, it was like half the size of this, and they didn't include a faceplate. So that really, I mean, how do you not include a faceplate? But anyway, I just got these ones, and it looks, or they are putting faceplates in there. If you've ever used Unifi Access, the faceplates just make it look 10 times neater. Thank you for all you do, what you do, and live. Wish you a great day. You as well. Have a good one. Could you do a video on allowing IoT devices to go only to their manufacturer's websites for firmware updates? Maybe? I don't know how well that video would do. A lot of these videos are just kind of, I have to think about like what will do well, because it takes a lot of time to do these videos. Yes, hit the like button. We need actually 5 more likes to hit 100 likes. I really hope they work on an EA for the UDM Pro as it's through the failures. They'll update, pull again, crossing fingers. Yeah, I mean, they're working on it. It'll be out soon. I don't know what, even their prices on talk still aren't that bad. Like the thing that's bad about the prices of their phones, $299, the unlocked ones, is they were 129 or what? How much were they? They were 129 and then they raised to 299. Because if you look at any other vendor, like their touch screens that are this big, you're looking at $300 anyway. Although I mean the features of Unifi Talk aren't there yet for, you know, compared to some other vendors. Unifi Talk will work perfect for my customers, so I can't wait for it to come here. Oh sweet, we're at 105. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm planning on doing another firewall video to explain LAN in, LAN out, WAN in, WAN out, blah blah blah. I don't sell any hosted VoIP services. No. Who was I? I talked to a couple of providers. I do work with one company sometimes and just pass work off to them. Have you considered doing a video on how you do videos, hardware setup, editing, and the process? Yeah, not really. I have a video on, I mean, it shows my office or something like that. Office tour. So what I use to record, or like this camera right now is a Canon EOS 90D. The microphone is a Shure SM7B. Goes into a Go XLR thingy. And then, I mean, it's just like a webcam, right? And I just record my screen with, I use XSplit, which I'm using to stream right now. You could use OBS, which is free. And then editing is just like, obviously you've seen my videos. It's just like cuts and paste together and that's it. I probably could do that, I guess. I could probably do a video about that. I don't know how many people would be super interested in it, but yeah, I think some people do want to know, like, if they want to try to do YouTube videos themselves. Sure. I don't know who manufactures it. Nope. No problem. No problem. I'm always here for giving advice. I need to visit the US to pick up my NVR and some gear. I need additional aggregation switch, but will likely buy a Pro. I don't know when the Pros are going to come out or come back in stock, because the Pros have been out of stock for a very long time. And I've wanted to do a video on, they have stacking, but the stacking is only available on the Pros, and the Pros have been out of stock forever. I have one of these just sitting in my house. I have I'd buy another one if I needed to do the stacking video, because I could always resell these. Everybody's looking for gear all the time. Oh, we never talked about this. I'll talk about this quickly. Did I even put that on there? I said we'd talk about Unifi Protect. The AI bullet license plate reading, I just did a video about it last week. It works pretty well. It has a bit of work to come out, but they need to implement like some sort of logging for license plates that you could do. Right now it just sends you alert, it shows you the license plate, and that's it. So they could implement it a little bit better. I'm interested to see what this pet detection functionality is. We have a lot of birds and stuff and rabbits in our backyard, so I think that would be kind of cool to have. But anyway, on that, I am going to end the live stream. I'll be live again next Sunday at 11 a.m. EST. I think next Sunday. Yes, next Sunday, 11 a.m. EST. Tomorrow, Synology NAS video. The rest of the week, I'm not too sure. I'll have to figure it out. Play it by ear. There will be 2 videos out this week in a live stream. Living in Ecuador, it is tricky as I cannot just fill my friend's house. Yes, probably. Anyway, everybody have a good rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you later. Take care. Thanks.